Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalam ala khatimin nabiyyin nabiyana Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa ashabi ajma'in. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi zidni ilma. Rabbi zidni ilma. Rabbi zidni ilma. Okay, inshallah, very quickly we'll recap what we learned in the last session. Then we'll continue our today's lesson, inshallah. Last time we started with ayat number 12. Auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in ayat number 12, Inna lazina yakshawna rabbuhum bil ghaib lahum maghfiratu ajrun kabir. Indeed, those who fear their Lord unseen will have forgiveness and great reward. After mentioning the characteristics of the people of disbelief and their punishment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this ayah mentions the characteristics of the people of faith and their reward. Inna lazina yakshawna rabbahum bil ghaib. Indeed, those who fear their Lord unseen. Ghaib means unseen. Bil ghaib, with the unseen. The meaning of unseen could be two things. They fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala whilst He subhanahu wa ta'ala is unseen to them, yet they obeyed Him because they are certain of His existence. In Surah Al Baqarah, ayat number 3, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is describing the people of belief. Allazina yu'minuna bil ghaib. Those who believe in the unseen. Maghfiratun is from the word ghafara. Ghafara means forgiveness or covering of sins. Maghfira, covering of the sins. So Allah will hide His sins and completely cover or hide them. In Arabic surf morphology, when you increase the letters in a letter, in a word, a fuller meaning is given or expressed. Lahum maghfiratun wa ajrun kabir. Lahum, for them, this is ikhtisas, exclusively, yeah, because this is placed at the beginning of the phrase and not at the end. So it shows the exclusivity for that category of people. Ajrun kabir is from the word ajr. Ajr means reward, compensation. Kabir, very great. So very great reward. In ayat number 13, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Wa asirru qawlakum aw wijharu bihi. Innahu alimun bizatis sudur. And conceal your speech or publicize it. Indeed, He is knowing of that within the breasts or the chest of human beings or in the heart of the human beings. Asirru is from the word sir. It means to hide something, keep it secretive, meaning there is nothing hidden from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even the deepest thoughts in our hearts are known to Him. So, how about our actions? So, this addresses is to all human beings. For the disbeliever of the day of judgment mentioned above, it contains a threat. Allah is challenging them. Most definitely, He subhanahu wa ta'ala is completely knowledgeable of what is in their hearts. For the believers, those people mentioned who fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, even though they have not seen him, for them these words are an assurance. In ayat number 14, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Allah ya'lamu man khalaqa wa huwa al-latiful khabir. Does he who created not know, while he is the subtle, the acquainted? So how could he not know his own creation? For he alone is the most subtle, all aware. In the previous ayah, Allah talks about him knowing the hidden and the apparent. So in this ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala responds to the skeptics who might wonder how this is possible. Allah ya'lamu, should he not know? Man khalaqa, the one who created? It is a rhetorical question, and his answer is Allah fully knows who he created because he designed everything. Man khalaqa. Linguistically speaking, there can be two meanings of man. Man is who, yeah, ismul mawsul, who. In this ayah, it can refer to either khaliqun, the creator, or the makhluk, the created, or the creation. So inshallah, today we are going to explain ayat number 15. هو الذي جعل لكم الأرض ذلولا فامشوا في مناكبها وكلوا من رزقه وإليه النشور. It is he who made the earth tame for you. So walk among its slopes and eat of his provision. And to him is the resurrection. So it is he who made the earth subservient to you, that is easy for you to walk, to live, and to do agriculture on it, etc. So walk in the path thereof and eat of his provision, and to him will be the resurrection. After presenting the miraculous signs in the heavens as evidence for the hereafter, in the beginning of the ayah of this surah, here in this ayah, the blessings found in the earth are mentioned for the same evidence. All these kind, caring blessings must take one thing of their purpose and their logical accountability in the hereafter. Okay. So let's continue. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Huwallazi ja'ala. Yeah. Now please note here, this is very, very important. Please pay attention. If it is Huwa ja'ala, that's fine. That's okay. That means he created. Allazi ja'ala, the one who created, that's also okay. But when Allah uses, Allazi, ismul mawsul, and also a pronoun that is huwa. Yeah. So he most certainly, this is what the meaning becomes. It's an extra emphasis on the word. Yeah. Allazi ja'ala is fine. But if Allah puts huwa and allazi together, it means most certainly. That means definitely. Definitely Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made. Yeah. So this is a guarantee Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving. Allah is putting a lot of emphasis. Now this is like a promise to human beings. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving a guarantee that I have created, or he, the one who created, lakum, for you, exclusively for you. Yeah, jala lakum. Lakum should have been at the end, but because it has been brought forward, that means only for you. See, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling all the human beings. It was for the jinns also, but let's ignore the jinn part. So only let's talk about the human beings. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, only for you I have created. Created what? Al-Ard. The earth. How he has created the earth? Zalulan. So let's understand the word Zalulan. Yeah. The word Zalulan, it's in a hyperbolic form. Yeah. Hyperbole means the meaning has been exaggerated. exaggerated the meaning. That means generally zalul means to make it submissive. When Allah has said zalulan, that means extremely submissive. Also, it means low, very soft, very easygoing. This means the earth is very manageable and easygoing for you. Just imagine, yeah? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling you and me that He has created this land. Now, this applies to everyone, all the human beings, all the children of Adam alayhi salam. It applies to everyone. Why? Because we are walking on this earth, we are living on this earth, we are constructing our houses on the earth, we are driving on this earth. So everyday life is on this earth. So therefore, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that it is totally submissive to you. It is totally, submissive to you. Imagine if it was difficult for us to live on this, where will we go? And takes, different examples. If the earth is like very hard, rocky, or like metal, how are you going to dig? How are you going to build a house? That's not possible. How are you going to build the roads? That's not possible. Or if the earth is like water, very you know uh, shaky, you can't build anything on it. It's like a what do you call quicksand or something, like, it's very soft, extremely soft. If you build a house, it will sink inside. What are you going to do? Or if the earth is like only sand, how are you going to build the things? How are you going to put the roads? How are you going to walk? It was so difficult or maybe impossible in many places. But Allah is saying, no. As an example for you and me, Allah has created deserts also. So that we can be grateful to Allah. Ya Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, yeah, I have seen the desert. I don't want to live there because the life is so difficult. Ya Allah, I have seen some lands where it's only, permafrost or something. We can't live there. It's so difficult. Or if there are so many mountains, the range of mountains, I can't live there. So people, they live on flatlands. Majority of the people in this world, majority, I'm talking about majority, they live on flatlands. Of course, there are some people, even on the mountains, they find some flat land, and on those flatlands, they build the houses. Some people, they live on water also, you know, like in some parts of, Italy or somewhere. So they have made their own arrangement, but still on some flat land, they have made the roads, whatever they have constructed. So Allah has made this land, the earth, as submissive, extremely submissive. What is the example? The word lakum for you is placed earlier in the sentence structure to imply exclusivity, that is ikhtisas, of the earth being submissive exclusively for you, that is for the human being. As I told you, it is for jinns also the word, but here let's not talk about the jinns, we'll talk about our humankind. The earth has been made zalulan for us in four ways. Let's understand this first. Number one, easy and smooth to tread. The earth has been made easy and smooth to walk, travel in. The earth, the flatland, is not like the mountains, which are rough, or like deserts, etc. The majority of the earth, where the human beings are living, anywhere, any continent, the human beings are living mostly on flatlands. Even if you see them on the mountains or somewhere on the rocks or so, still they have got flatlands where they have built the bridges, they have built the railway, tracks or roads or whatever they have built. It's on flat land, and we have got majority of them. It's very soft. It is easy to dig in it, build in it, and even with it, that is, make bricks with it, etc. It could have been hard like metal, or hard to dig, or extremely hot when heated by the sun, or extremely cold in the winter. when the sun is not too hot apparently. Now, just imagine, as I gave you the example, if the land is full of permafrost, it's so difficult to build a house. Or if it is like only sand dunes, desert, how are you going to build? So people, they used to put some kind of shelter, but permanent buildings are not possible. Permanent roads are not possible. Permanent bridges are not possible. The life would have been very, very, very difficult. If only in the whole, on the earth, if there's only hills or mountains, how can you live in that kind of place? It's not difficult. Or if the mountains are very having peaks, no flatlands, that's just impossible to imagine. How can we live in that kind of land? So therefore, Allah, this is the one of the greatest blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made this land not just flat. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made it soft also. You can dig the land, you can plow it, you can grow whatever you want. Yeah, you can get the food, fruits, flowers, everything from this earth. Then it's fertile. Yeah, the earth has been made fertile so you can grow plants in it and eat from it to sustain life. Some lands are so fertile. Some lands are so fertile, particularly, countries like, India, that kind of countries. And some parts, even in India, some parts are so fertile that if you just throw some seeds or something, all of a sudden you see after some time they become plants. Yeah. So fruit plant, flower plants, you get, because the land is so fertile. And this fertility Allah has put into the innate nature of the earth for us. Allah has made this earth soft for us. Allah has made it fertile for us. Allah has made it flat for us. Put it in this way. Therefore, tomorrow, when you see the land, tomorrow, when you see the house, your house is stable, your roads are stable, you have to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, somebody has put the road, somebody has built the house, that part is okay. But it is stable only with the hukum of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Will it be like this forever? No. On the day of, just before the day of judgment, everything will be different. Yeah. But until such time, it's all manageable and stable. So the earth is firm and does not crumble away when we stand on it. It is not like water either. We don't float out of it due to the presence of gravity, keeping us firmly placed on its surface. So the qualities which we human being want for our day-to-day life, Allah has put all those qualities into the land. But maybe some lands are suitable for something, some lands are suitable for other things. That's a different one. This is what the geologists, all the people who are studying the earth, so they go and find out where can I get the oil, yeah, that is petrol, diesel, or where can I get gold, where I can find diamonds or something. It's all Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. See, even if you think there is a land, yeah, for example, in Kimberley, there's a lot of diamonds there. Who put the diamonds inside? Who has given the ability to man to go and dig and get those diamonds? It's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yeah. Who started thinking about this oil inside and started, exploring oil exploration. And from that, they started making into gasoline, petrol, diesel, kerosene. It's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. See, he has not just created, the earth useful for you and me, but also has given us the brain, the thinking capacity, the ability to dig, to get things out of it, to build things on it. These are all the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is all the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why I am saying this? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, after saying all these things, Allah is telling we human beings, Allah says, Famshu fi manakibiha. So walk, live in it. That is its manakib. So let's understand the word manakib. Before that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying fa and amshu. This amshu is felul amr. Yeah. And the woe is telling us this is for all the human beings. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, actually, Masha Yamshi is for walking. We are not just walking. Are we just walking on the, roads? No. We live in the houses also. Yeah, we dwell in the houses. We do lots of things inside the house and outside the house. So this is a general word Allah is saying, famshu. So walk. This is an order. And what Allah says, fi manakibiha. Yeah, in its manakib. So what is this word manakib? Let's understand. The word manakib, the single is mankab, meaning shoulder. Yeah. So walk, live on its shoulders. So what do you mean by on the shoulders? One of the meanings of mankab or nakaba is to go to the side of something. Yeah. For example, in Surah Al Mu'minun, ayat number 74, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, and those who do not believe in the next life. From the straight path, they go to the side, deviating from the path. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Anis siratil lanakibun. So they have going away from the right path. So shoulders are also called mankab. Yeah. So, our shoulders, they are also called mankab because they are at the side of the body. Also, so one meaning of this ayah could be, so walk, live around the side of the earth. Are we living? Yes, we are all living on the side of the earth. Nobody is going into the deeper inside the earth, but we are all living across the earth. That means on its shoulder. This is once again is a way of saying that live on the shoulder. It doesn't mean earth has got, two hands and two shoulders. No, it's just a way of saying that live on the outside, live on the shoulders of the earth where it holds your weight. It's not just your weight, your buildings, your in everything, because shoulders are very strong. Yeah. So human shoulders are also very strong. So if there is a weight we are lifting, what do? We keep it on the shoulder. It's very strong. It can take the load. So the earth is strong enough to hold you. So walk around it and on its sides to explore the greatness of Allah's miraculous creation. This is also important, my dear brothers and sisters. Go around, leave your houses for some time. Go around, look around, find out the nature, how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created the landscaping. This is amazing. There are some landscaping you will never find anywhere else on this earth. Like, for example, in Turkey, there is a place called Cappadocia. If you go there, it is so amazing. Is it land? Yes, it was part of the earth. How amazing it is. You will never find another one like that. So there are many lands. There are in different countries, different regions. Go around, have a look. Then you will see the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and you will be more grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Another meaning of this ayah could be, according to Ibn Abbas and Khadada radiallahu anhuma, manakib is referring to the mountains. The shoulder protrude from the body and so do the mountains protrude from the earth. So shoulders are a sign of strength and the mountains protrude out of the earth like shoulders to show their and the earth's great strength. That's also true. That's also true. In another place, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that these mountains, they're like shoulders, but what are they doing? They are holding the earth. They are like pegs. There are pegs below the mountains. They are holding them, straight. So these mountains are also important. You have to do, you do many things from these mountains. So it could mean Allah has given you, O humans, the ability to climb, to travel, to live on these lofty mountains also. Number 3, an expression from classic Arabic and an idiom. Manakib could refer to a massive and strong camel which is extremely humble, which if you stood on its shoulders, it would let you not, let you not do that out of extreme humbleness. It will allow you, sorry, would let you do that out of extreme humbleness. This is very, very good example. This is a very good example. Compare the size of human beings, yeah, and compare the size of a camel, because some camels are really, really huge. But Allah has made this animal, this camel. It is so amazing. In another place, Allah has given how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created camels. This is really, really amazing. We have gone through this in one of the surahs in Ammapara. Yeah, how amazing the camel has been created. This huge camel, even if you give, the nose string or whatever, the string of the camel to a 6 years old boy, little, child, he can take the camel wherever he wants because it is so easy. The camel is very submissive animal. So Allah is giving an example that like that, very submissive camel, Allah has given this earth also very humble to you. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala may be implying the earth is like this massive camel, which is so humble that it will let you stand on its massive shoulders and not do anything to you. It's not going to, make you fall from, the back. No, it doesn't do that because camel is very submissive. Some horses, if they're not tamed properly, if you sit on their back, what will they do? They'll just throw you down. An elephant can throw you down. All these animals can do, but camel will never do that. It's very submissive. It is true. We do whatever we want with the earth. We extract from it whatever we want. We build on it. We dispose things in it. Yet it is still extremely strong and we do not fall off it like the big humble camel. Yeah. So just think Zalulan, submissive, and Manakib is the shoulders. Now put these together. Submissive or, very supportive shoulders. This is so amazing. Allah is giving the example. This is really, really amazing. Maulana Islahi Sahib, he says, this earth has not become subdued for you on its own account. And the provisions that you are eating have not become available here by themselves. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has so arranged it by his divine wisdom that your life becomes possible here and this splendid place becomes so peaceful that you are moving on it. It has become such a vast table spread with food that it contains endless provisions for you. There are so many planets in the universe of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yeah. I don't know how many planets are there, how many places are there. We don't know. Yeah. In the whole kainat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But this earth, Allah has made a place for all the human beings to dwell. Yeah. Allah has made it possible. Allah has made it possible that it will get rain, the land becomes soft, you can till the land, you can put the seeds, you grow the things, you eat, you live on it. And this is one of the greatest blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wakulu min rizqi, and eat from its sustenance. So we can eat from it and gain sustenance from it. It is making us think about all the sustenance we gain from the earth. It should make us appreciate all of Allah's blessings which comes from the earth. No, there's one small warning. Allah says, Okulu min rizqihi. Allah says, you eat from his sustenance. You drink, you eat, you live on it. But you got to be careful. This land, this earth has been created for every single human being. Allah has created for all the humans, not just for the rich people, not for the people of one region and not for the other region. No, Allah has created for everyone. Therefore, what is the most important thing is sharing and caring. How much you should take from it legally, how much you need legally. This is very, very, very important. If we do the sharing and caring, we can reduce, all the problems on this land, on this earth. How many people are without land? How many people are without houses? How many people are without food? So we have to take whatever we want within certain limits. Not everything. Just because I have got money, I can bring everything, keep it for myself, not give it to others. This is not right. This is not right. So why is Kulu eat used? Because that is our primary need on earth, to eat and to stay alive. So once again, how much do you need to keep yourself alive and eat? Some people, they think there is no tomorrow. When they start eating, when you look at their faces, the way they are eating, you feel like this man is eating like there is no tomorrow. So eating so much. Do you really require it for your body? And ultimately, what you are doing, if you continue eating like that or drinking like that, after a few years, you are going to damage your systems. All the systems, in our body, we are going to destroy them. Ultimately, then you start paying to the doctors, paying to the medication, and ultimately suffering. So therefore, eat and drink within the Sharia boundary, within the limits. Because you will be asked for that. Whatever you eat and drink, Allah will question you about that. Famshu fi manakibiha wakulu mir rizqihi. Allah is saying, so walk around the submissive earth and gain sustenance from it. Now, this is a mention of the earth being a means of benefit, as well as means to earn a livelihood through it. Allah is telling us that Allah has made permissible what is on the earth, so long as it is lawful in Allah's sight. Yeah. So eat from it. Allah in another place in the Quran Majid, Allah says, you take your portion from the dunya also. This is the portion from the dunya. What we are eating every day, what we are drinking every day, what we are wearing every day, this is part of the dunya and we have to take this part. You cannot say that, no, I don't want anything from this dunya, nothing to do with me. I'm going to go to the mountains and live, a different life. No, that's not possible. That's not allowed in Islam. If you look at Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and the Sahaba, so they lived in the, among their own people. They had houses, they had wives, they had children. So this is part of the life. We need to, you have to enjoy also, and you have to also, you have to go through this. This is part of life. There's a hadith. I just wanted to mention this. Allah said, the Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he said that Inna Allaha yuhibbul mu'minuna muhtarif. Truly, Allah loves a believer who works with his hands. That is, he has a skill and he uses those skills to get his sustenance. And this is very important, brothers and sisters. This is really, really, really important. Nobody on this earth, except if they are totally disabled, if they are really, really disabled people. Apart from that, normal people, Allah has given some kind of skill to every person. Allah has given, please remember this, Allah has given some kind of skill to every human being. If he is healthy and if he can earn, he has given that. Now it is up to you to sharpen your skills, to go and earn the money. From that money, if you buy food, clothing, shelter, whatever is required for you and your family, then Allah will love you. They are part of the believers, al mu'minun, they do that. Those who, they're not just, standing in the masjid 24/7 and just worshipping Allah. No, they go to the masjid, they do the salah, they do all the things which we have to do on time. Apart from that, they go and earn their own money. for themselves and their families. And for such people, Allah will love them. And He says, in Allah, definitely, Allah will love Al Mu'minun, particularly among the Mu'minun, Al Muhtarif. Those who have got some kind of skill, some kind of profession, go and use your hands. Use your hands. That hands means you got a skill. Hand doesn't mean only our physical two hands. It means you use your brain, use your skills, whatever Allah has given, your professional ability, and earn for your family. Towards the end, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, wa ilayhim nushur, and only to him is the nushur. Nushur is from the word nashar, to expand something, spread, or unfold. So resurrection on the day is called nushur. The hashar is to gather people. Nashar or nushur is to spread people into different categories on the basis of good or bad, etc. You see, hashar and nashar, it sounds very close to each other. Yeah, hashar is to gather the people. Nashar is to separate them. Does that happen on the day of judgment? Yes. First, Allah will gather the people. They will come out from their graves, and there will be one big grave. And then from that group, they'll spread into two groups based on their good or bad. Yeah, those who are going to be rewarded and those who are going to be punished. So nashar or nushur can also imply the unfolding of the body on the day to view all its actions and deeds. Similarly, your body will return to the earth, then unfold from the earth on day of judgment, and everything you did on it will be unfolded and revealed, so it has a final conclusion before you go to your final destination of either hell or paradise. Subhanallah. Nushur is the most appropriate word used in this surah's context because Allah has spread the earth, and similarly we will be spread out on it on the judgment day also. Some people today we are together, but on the day of judgment, you can't see your neighbor. The neighbor will be someplace. You can't see your relatives. They'll be in a different group. So the ayah is establishing what has been said about the consequences of choice you make of belief or disbelief. This is the root cause. The root cause of goodness or the root cause of the evil is the belief or the disbelief. We are also told to eat the provisions which He has prepared for us on the earth, and then remind us that we will be resurrected in the end for an accountability and reward and punishment. See, it's not just, when Allah says kulu, it does not mean only the food, the other resources also which Allah has provided. Say somebody has found some kind of gold or some kind of oil or minerals, and they say, oh, I have found it, it's mine. This is our nature, isn't it? If we find something and we think that, yeah, it's all mine, 100%, that belongs to me. I'm not going to share with anyone. This is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is forbidding. Even though you take whatever you want, your portion, for your survival, for your family survival, the rest you have to share with others. It is totally against sense and reason that man enjoys the blessings of Allah and still not be held accountable for them. This is what is ultimate. This is what happens. If they don't have Iman, what do they say? I have found this oil, it all belongs to me. I have found these diamonds, they all belong to me. I have found this all belong to me. This land is mine. Everything is mine. I'm not going to share. This is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is warning. Yeah, when it says kulu, in another place it says kulu washrabu, eat and drink. It means that use things for your sustenance enough to survive, enough to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, enough to support your family and friends and others, but do not exceed. Finally, while you move about on the earth and eat of what Allah has provided for you here, you should not forget that ultimately you have to appear before Allah one day. This is very, very important. The judgment day is the key. You may eat whatever you want, drink whatever you want, enjoy, however you want, but end of the day, you have to go back. You have to report to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You have to stand in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay. So I have put ayat number 16 and 17 together because the theme is continuous in both 16 and 17. So in ayat number 16, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Amintum man fis samai an yaksifa bikumul arda faiza hiya tamur. Do you feel secure that he who holds authority in the heaven would not cause the earth to swallow you and suddenly it would sway? This is the question Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is putting to those disbelievers. Amintum, or you believe, man fis samai ay yursila alaykum hasiban fasataluna kaifa nazir. Or do you feel secure that he who holds authority in the heaven would not send against you a storm of stones? Then you would not know how severe was my warning. These two ayats are very, very strong. Yeah, it's difficult for me to explain, but they are very, very strong ayats. There's a lot of warnings in this. Let's take the first one, ayat number 16, first part. The first Hamza to istifham. Yeah. Do, that is interrogative alif. Amintum, do you feel secure? Yeah. Aman is secure. Yeah. Amana, yukminu. Yeah. So amintum, do you feel secure? Perfect word, fail, madin. Man, from him who, that is the relative pronoun ismul mawsul. Yeah, relative pronoun ismul mawsul. So I have told you this before. Whenever there is a ismul mawsul, there will be a silatul mawsul. Now, silatul mawsul is like an attachment of information, extra information, giving about the word man. Yeah, giving about the word man. From him who. Yeah, and this is referring to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then the whole thing, fis samai yatsifa become up to tamur, the whole thing is giving information about the word man. So ismul mawsul, silatul mawsul. Yeah, ismul mawsul, silatul mawsul. So man, from him who, that is relative pronoun, ismul mawsul. Fis samai is in the heavens. Yeah. So fi is preposition, harfujar, and as-samai, the noun, feminine noun, is majrur. Yeah, harfujar and is majrur. So this is jar majrur construction. Second part. An is that. Yeah, this is harfu masdari. An is that. Yaksifa, he will cause to swallow. Yeah, Yaksifa, will discuss more about the word, khasifa or khasaf. Yeah, we'll discuss. This is imperative verb, fail mudare, mansub. Bikum is, be is harfujar, preposition, and kum is pronoun, is majrur. Jarun or majrurun, or we say jar majrur construction. Al arda, the earth, that is noun, is mansub. The last part, fa iza. Now this is very important. Yeah, I need to explain a little bit here. Yeah, so just pay full attention. Yeah, fa is then alpha istanafia. Yeah, iza here is a surprise particle. We say harfu fujaiya. So there are two types of iza. Yeah. So one iza means when. Yeah, one iza means when. And this iza means all of a sudden. Yeah, this means all of a sudden. This is a surprise particle. All of a sudden. Here is it. Yeah, here is it. that is referring to the earth. Yeah. So this is pronoun, feminine pronoun, damir munfasil, and tamur is sway. Sways like earthquake. The earth start swaying, from side to side. The whole thing will collapse. Imperative verb. Okay, let's look at the grammatical analysis of this. Yeah. A amintum. A is this is particle of istifham. Yeah, it's like asking the question, do you feel secure? It's like that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking, the people, do you feel secure? The person may say yes or no, but Allah knows. This is a rhetoric question because Allah knows what is going to happen. Amintum fail, madin, yeah, and the file is tum, yeah, and the mafulun bihi is man relative pronoun, the one who, yeah. Ismul mausul. Fis samai is jar majrur construction, prepositional phrase. This is about mutallaq, yeah, about this man, yeah. An yaksifa or an yaksifa. An is harfu masdari, yeah. An is harfu masdari. Yaksifa is verb. So the file is huwa, which is hidden inside it, yeah. And bikum is jar majrur construction. Jar majrur construction prepositional phrase is about yaksifa, and noun is al arda. This is maful and mafulun bihi here. Yeah. So the whole thing yaksifa bikumul arda. This is verbal sentence is going as a silla for an, that is harfu masdari, and the whole thing is a subjunctive. This is sentence. Yeah, this is going as mafulun bihi for amintum. The last part, fa iza hiya tamur. Fa is the resumption particle, and iza, as I told you, this is a surprise particle. All of a sudden, achamak, that's what we say in Urdu. Yeah, all of a sudden. Yeah, harfu fujaiya, and it is the mir munfasil here, and tamur is fail mudare verb, and the file is here inside. Yeah, because this is again going back to the earth. So this tamur is verbal sentence is going as a khabar for here. Yeah, and fujaya is going as surprise for iza. Amintum man fis samai an yaksifa bikumul arda fa iza hiya tamur. Do you feel secure that he who holds authority in the heaven would not cause the earth to swallow you, and suddenly it would sway? This is a threat and warning to those who persist in transgression and disobedience that incurs divine wrath and punishment. See, when you are reading the Quran Majid, you have to remember many things. One of the things is the Mushrikana Makkah, the Al Quraysh, the leaders of the Quraysh. They were traders. They were traveling everywhere in the Arabian Peninsula and outside the Arabian Peninsula. They were going to Iran, they're going to Iraq, they're going to, Yemen, they're going to Africa, they're going to, Egypt, everywhere. When they are traveling, they used to watch many things. They used to see many destructions in the past. So when Allah is saying something, then they're intelligent people, they're not like dumb. They're very clever people. So they used to think what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, and it is their language and it is their history. Allah is, showing them. Do you feel secure that he who is above the heavens, that is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is far above his creation, will not cause the earth to swallow you up, and suddenly would it begin to shake and convulse until it destroys you and kills you? Now, when these ayat comes, they start thinking, is it possible? Yes, it is possible. Why? Oh, when we are traveling to that land, we have seen the destruction. We have seen the earthquakes. This can happen. And here is a threat for us from the earth, meaning how do you feel so safe that Allah will not cause an earthquake to sink you into the earth as it happened with Harun? Allah has given a very good example of Harun. Yeah, this is so important. Or do you feel secure that the one who is in heaven will not unleash upon storm of stones? Now, before we going there, I just want to say a little bit about this man, Harun. Now, Harun was during the time of Musa alayhi salam. Maybe it is coming. Let's see. Okay. So this man, he was very rich, but he was not the people of Pharaoh, not from the family of Pharaoh, or he was not Egyptian. But this man, he is from Bani Israel. But he had a lot of influence. He was acting like a middleman between the Bani Israel and the Pharaohs. So what he was doing, he used to give some secrets. Bani Israel, when they're talking some secret things against Pharaoh, and he used to give the information to Pharaoh, and in return, he used to get a lot of money. So he was doing for a long time, and he became so, rich. His wealth was so much. He was so rich. He used to carry, those days, there was no bank or somewhere you can keep all your, gold or diamonds or something. And he used to keep in big boxes. And from time to time, he used to shift those boxes from one place to another. So to avoid pilferage or, stolen by somebody or something, he used to move. And they used to go on big camels, huge, not one or two, there are many camels. And when they're going like in a procession, people used to stand and watch his richness. And they used to say, wow, how rich he is, how much money he has got, how much gold he has got. And what happened? One day, he was swallowed by the earth, not just himself, and his all the wealth also gone underground. Still nobody has found out where the thing is. So he has gone. So this is the Harun. So Allah is giving the example because this example was there in Bible. Yeah, the Korah, they call Korah to Harun. So his example was there in the Bible. So the Christians of those time and some of these Israelis, so they know the story of Harun. So another example is from the people of Lut alayhi salam. So how they were pelted with stones. Even those examples were there, yeah, in their books. So in these ayat, along with the threat and warning from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we also learn more about Allah's gentleness and mercy in dealing with his creatures. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can punish because some of them disbelieve in him and worship others beside him. Yet he is forbearing and he gives respite for an appointed time without hastening punishment. Like I have mentioned last time also, that even though Pharaoh was the one of the worst person on the face of this earth among all the children of Adam, so he's the worst person. Still, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is so kind, is so generous. He sent Harun alayhi salam and Musa alayhi salam, two prophets of Allah. And Allah said, go and find out if you want to change his way of life, if you want to change his behavior, I can forgive his sins. You see, Allah is very kind. Allah is Latiful Khabir. He is very gentle. And he also knows everything. Amintum man fis samai an yaksifa. Have you found a sense of security? Do you feel completely secure that the one in the heavens, that is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that he would yaksifa? So let's understand the word yaksifa. Yaksifa is from the word khasafa. Khasafa means to compress. Yeah, to compress something, put it, from this volume to small volume, if you compress it or envelop something or suck something in by something else. This is a harsh word used by its pronunciation. It can imply and refer to the eclipse also, khasaf al-qamar, a lunar eclipse, and it is gradual, slow change. This word itself, khasafa, is very strong word. Yeah, khasafa combined with the word al-ard, that is the earth sucking someone in, the ground of earth swallowed him or took and enclosed him. For example, quicksand is a good example of this. Say by accident, somebody walked into quicksand, and what will quicksand do? So they swallow the person. Within a few minutes, the person is gone inside. Where he is going, nobody knows. You can't even take out the sand. It's so deep. It's like that. But khasafun in this ayah is referring to a punishment. As mentioned in the Quran Majid, Harun had this punishment. Yeah, in Surah Al Qasas, ayat number 81, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَخَسَفْنَا بِهِ وَبِدَارِهِ الْأَرْضِ. We caused the earth to swallow him and his home. Actually, his home, that is including his wealth. Yeah, dar means, be, da, rihi. Be and dar and he. There are three words here. With his home. Now, home, Allah is talking about his wealth. That's where he used to keep his wealth. So the whole thing, him and his whole wealth gone inside. Allah gave the order to the earth opened and swallowed him. So as I have told you, he was an extremely wealthy man at the time of Prophet Musa alayhi salam, but he was arrogant. Allah punished him by sending an earthquake that caused his house to sink on top of him into the earth. He was swallowed by the earth. So I told you that what kind of person he was. Yeah. So the ayah of this surah is implying, do you feel safe that one who is in the heavens will not make you, suck into the earth? Many people, when they get the power, they become the president of a country, prime minister of a country, or a king, or somebody very, very authoritative person. What are the speeches? How they talk? They become so arrogant, they can talk whatever they want. Pharaoh said the same thing, Ana Rabbukumul Ala. Don't you think I'm the great Lord, great Rabb? An yaksifa bikumul arda. The letter B is signifying the earth will fully latch onto you and pull you down. So this is why I said it's a very, very scary ayah. Yeah. So be careful, be careful, be careful. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving warning after warning. There are hundreds and thousands of warning in the Quran Majid. Allah is telling, not the people 1400 years ago, this is until the end. That this is going to happen. For Iza hiya tamur. Then it will move, it will quickly move. Yeah. So when something is swallowed, it's very quick. The word morun means to move swiftly. In Surah Tur, ayat number 9, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Yawma tamuru samau mauran. On that day, the sky will shake and reel. So there is a powerful imagery here. Example, if there is a jar full of sand, and if you put a coin in it and you push it in hard to make it fully go in, you will shake the jar well so that the coin goes in deeply and is covered with the sand. This is true, isn't it? You take something and you just put inside, and if you shake it, it will go inside. If the thing inside, like sand, it is loose, like quicksand also, it will swallow. This is just a, for example. This is something imaginable, and it is clear that it is an extremely violent punishment. The earth will swallow them violently, so they cannot be seen anymore. Now, this kind of punishment is very severe, very harsh, very hard. Imagine, when these people are swallowed by something, it's not easy. We are being warned that the earth could start trembling without warning after it was stable. So in the previous ayah, that is ayat number 15, we saw that the earth is humble because it holds you and allows you to walk and live on it. It has been likened to an obedient camel. But if you disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then that same humble earth will behave violently against you and destroy you. So we should obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the overall message from this ayah, to obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and do not become arrogant. So the overall implied meaning of the ayah is that it is indeed Allah's blessing that He subhanahu wa ta'ala has put the earth and its resources to the service of man, and it is behaving like an obedient camel to him. However, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala lets loose the reins of this camel, man will see how swiftly it will run and no one will be able to control it. So what I'll do, our time is up. I'll stop it here. I'll continue from the next slide onwards, inshallah, in the next class. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين سبحان الله وبحمده سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نستغفرك ونتوكل عليك الخير. Okay, so